Hey everyone, it's Jenny Garcia, and in this video, I'm going to work on my December daily, and I'm going to do days 12, 13, and 14. And I'm looking through my Inner Creative Bubble cards, and some of those are also Feed Your Craft. And I'm looking for a filler card for that space. I probably could have done a little bit of journaling, but I don't know, sometimes I'm in the mood to journal, and other days it goes over my head and I have no idea that maybe I should have written a few words down. But I maybe could add like a hidden pocket in one of those 3x4 pockets where I can add a little bit more journaling. And I'm going to be cutting that square photo into a circle using one of my lawn fawn dies. And I'm looking for some paper for that square photo. The photo is smaller than the pocket, so I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to use my lawn fawn stitch die. And I had the idea to cut the other side too, and then use a transparency to do like a little floating photo. And since the photo on this size is smaller, I decided to also cut paper. That way the way you don't see the photo paper of the photo on the other side. And I'm looking through my Pretty Little Studio clears. These clear overlays are amazing, and I like to cut my overlays with these trimmers that have like a rotary blade. My guillotine, which I absolutely love, doesn't really sometimes it gets caught up and it moves and it doesn't cut it well, so I just rather use the trimmer for that. I mainly keep the trimmer for that because for everything else, I prefer my guillotine. I'm also looking through my We Are Memory Keepers organizer, so I can look for little 2x2 squares, so I can put in those pockets on the right of that page protector, which I think it's from Simple Stories. I also grabbed one of the numbers from the Feed Your Craft kit from last year, and I don't know if you've seen it, but they have a new kit this year and it's super cute. And I also was trying to look through to see if I can pick something else for the other side. I wish I had that Santa stamp surrounded by a little red. Maybe I can do it later on the computer and just trim a bit of the excess and just add one color. And I'm using the new Tombow Mono Air Touch adhesive, which is one of the new Tombow adhesive, and I still believe that they have some of the VIP boxes left, and the VIP boxes were the last one for September was all adhesives, and I think it's an awesome idea, especially now then a lot of people are doing, October daily and December daily is also coming. That little snowman came from a sticker sheet from Doodlebug, and I love Doodlebug items and die cuts, but sometimes I feel like they're too busy. I got the 6x6 paper pad, and for me I love busy paper, but when the pattern is so small and all the colors are so bright, it's a little bit whoa, this is a little bit too much. But I do love the stickers, and I use one of the snowflake stickers too, and I wish they had a full sheet of those little snowflakes. The candy cane or strip paper, whatever you want to call it, it's from Yay Day Paper, which is the other company from Amber Kemp, which is the designer for Damask Love. She has a subscription service that you can print. But last year she released like a holiday mini collection, and everything was super cute. I totally recommend that. And they did a really cute one for Halloween, so I kind of want to see what they do for the holidays. And I'm just going to add some layering with washi. And maybe that's a little bit too much because the paper also has like a little bit of the pattern plus the photo. It's like a lot. And I'm going to use this Dymo label maker to spell HP Advent. And I love the Dymo brand ribbon because I have from other brands and they tend to like peel off a little bit. But the Dymo one is really, really good. And my friend Patty sent me these little candies for my daughters. And they never had gum before. So they were excited to try that out. And they were weirded out by the concept. And they kind of liked it, but it's still like weird to them because they don't chew gum, which is a little weird. But I also don't chew gum too often unless I eat something and I'm like weird about my breath and there's no mints, then I'll chew gum. But they loved it. And I'm using some stamps. Again, I think they're from last year or maybe the year before from Feed Your Craft. And these smaller ones with the prompts are from Everyday Explorers. And I'm going to use them in this layout and the next one. But for now, I felt like adding would be like way too much. And this one has a sticker that says, not a sticker, sorry, a stamp sentiment that says letters to Santa. And I have this little mailbox where the girls can mail their letters to Santa. And Charlotte takes it to the North Pole. So then her puppy's there too, making sure the letters get there. She always has some pens and things to add to the letters. And I sometimes use the Tombow Mono eraser on my new stamps. That way it removes that little film they have and they stamp a little bit more crisp. And I'm going to stamp it on a label. And the label already, sometimes I make a mistake, but there is still space in the label and I keep it for things like these. Like I just needed half of it and it was a good shape, so I just decided that it was a great idea. I also had this, I think that little envelope, if I'm not mistaken, it's very old, might be from Freckle Fawn, and I thought that it was a great idea to put it in this pocket since we're talking about, holiday letters. And I use some of my sequin mixes that I made for the holidays. I still have enough. Maybe I'll make like one or two next year, but I still do have enough. I still have half of this album to finish, so I may be done with it by the time I'm done with the album. And I'm almost out of frame here, so very sorry, but I love using my fuse tool, and I'm just using an old Happy Planner cover to seal my pocket. And on the bottom I'm not going to add, actually yes, I'm going to add a little candy cane from L Studio. I do like the L Studio acrylic shapes. And I also like the ones from Colorcast. But I have quite a lot in my stash, so I decided to not get anything else for this year. And before I try to put in the candy cane, I'm gonna move things around And I'm going to go back up soon. And also that little scoop tool that I use, it's actually for beads, but it's awesome. I always use it with my sequins, and it's great for this kind of thing where you have to like move them up a little bit. And this is how this page turned out, and I really like how it looks. You can barely see that clear overlay, but that's kind of like the purpose. Is meant to be subtle, not a lot. And instead of measuring this paper, I'm just going to glue it on the photo and cut it with my scissors. And this photo, since it's 3x4, I'm just going to try to mat it with this paper. And I feel so dumb about this. I had some holiday stickers, and one of them have donuts, and I completely forgot about them. And of course, after I finished this card, is that I saw the stickers, and I was like, great, of course. Because in this photo, Charlotte, it's making little donuts, and you can see them on the photo below. They're artisanal, very expensive, gluten something free. Nah, gluten-free stuff, it's not that great. And this little cake, it's from the Silhouette Design Studio store. And I was planning to make some stickers with it, but I also wanted to make some die cuts. So I always try to do both, and I usually try to do the stickers a little bit smaller. And I don't think I'm going to add the number on this card because it doesn't fit. So I'm going to end up using it in one of the 2x2 squares. And I decided to use the same paper. I normally don't do that, but I was like, well, you know what? Why not? It's kind of all the same layout. And I thought that this little 2x2 card that says slow down and savor this holiday season was perfect for this layout. And I was going to add something else. Yes, I did add the house. I just tried to remove it later because it does have like a little bit of bulk, and when you put it in the page protector, it kind of like curves, and I don't like that. So the best thing I can do was remove one of the pop-up layers and then just glue the entire thing a little bit flatter. It still has like a little bit of a curve, but not as before. And when I put it in the pocket, I was like, I can't believe I just forgot about that bulky surface. And here I'm going to add some stickers. I'm going to cut part of a boot. I just wanted the little cookie holding some candy canes and peppermints. And then I'm going to add a little mouse on top. And I wanted to do a card. I wanted to find a paper because I cut my photo of the wrapping paper I used this year. I cut it in a circle, which I love, but then the circle on the back wouldn't be a perfect circle, and I had some time to like think about it. And then I realized that I just will add the other photo to the circle. So I save you the pain of watching me because I used the new Tombow adhesive, and then I added a lot. But I did leave like a little piece, that way I could add this little strip from Citrus Twist Kits. but then I kind of wanted to move it, and it was like too glued. It was too strong, and I was like, great, I'm gonna break this. So I cut that out so you don't get secondhand anxiety. And I was also trying to put something on top of that photo, but I decided that photo was just perfect, and I'm just going to add a little circle to this side. I didn't want to cover the dinos. Like, I was okay with covering the polka dots because it's just polka dots, but I didn't want to cover anything from the other wrapping papers. I think the Marian Bride was perfect. It matched the paper, and I also like that the 3x8 card that I used to mirror this half circle has those muted cool colors. And I type some of my journaling on these two little tags. I think this card, I don't remember if it's from Feed Your Craft or in a Creative Bubble, but I loved it, and I actually changed the colors. I don't know if these are the original colors or a version that I made. I honestly cannot remember because I do that a lot, and I think I did like 3 versions of this particular paper. And since I was at the wrapping paper had some holiday dinos, I was like, this is the perfect moment to use these holiday dino stickers. I don't think I'm gonna get a better chance to use them than in this layout. I also wanted to add a little sweater. I love these stickers. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I run out of the little sweaters. And I wanted to fill out that space a little bit, so I'm going to use some washi tape and some Pretty Little Studio stickers, but I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to use the smaller font. And by the way, the new Pretty Little Studio collection called 'Tis the Season has a version of these and has the white version too. I'm going to get both, even though I know for sure that I'm going to reach for the colors a lot more often than I do for the white, because I haven't used the Christmas cheer white in this whole album. So there, it says the same thing, it's the same font, but I just love the colors. And I could have put these cards in a page protector, but I just realized, like, at first I didn't want to like make a 3x8 pocket. I would have to cut it and, you know, seal it. So I went the lazy or easier route. And I love it because I love the texture of the paper. And I'm going to add my number here. In this photo, I thought it was perfect. And I'm going to stamp something about wrapping paper. And again, these are from the prompts from Everyday Explorers. And I love using my Studio Calico ink on these photos. I want to remind people, for those of you who haven't seen my videos, that I use Glossy 2 paper. And the kind of paper that you use, it's very important for photos, because before I had my printer, I used to print at Shutterfly, and the paper was too shiny and kind of waxy, and you could like, it would smear. So I use Glossy too. And I also got a new printer. I don't know if you saw my review on Instagram. Maybe I should try to put it, because I think you can put stories on YouTube now. I don't care for stories. I'm honestly very annoyed with Instagram, but maybe I should like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to link it in the description box. That way you can see it, even if I I can't upload it to Instagram. And here is the final result. I hope you enjoyed. And I love how you can look through the clear spaces and the shapes. I love that you can see so many layers in one page. I think that's super cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'm gonna link most of my items. Some of them are affiliate links. You don't have to use them, but they do help a lot. And if you want to see the next video, make sure you subscribe and click on the bell. That way you know when I upload my next video. Thank you so much. Bye.